rising. Yeah, I'm here to function with the fly bitches. Phenom, she done spent 5 or 9 lives wishing a nigga on my stats to get at her. Dapper debonair, better ratchet than swag. H&I-C, it just happened to capture the rap. Niggas know the acronym after. Skills still appeal from New Hampshire to Hamster. Damn, this is called mastering the master.
Shout out my nigga Mike Stroh. Skills still appeal. Real bitch. West Coast.
Please don't fight, please don't deny. I can see it in your eyes that you wanna do a little something, and I'ma give you my love. Baby boy, we can do what you like. I choose you tonight. Throw life in my ruthless ride.
Lamar Park Rising. Y'all got some AWOLers. Got some niggas AWOLing, trying to come to Africa Town side, trying to holla at me. Say they finna knock your ass out, Tony. Say you think you the governor of Lamar. Think you a dictator, huh? Yeah, you got some AWOLers. Couple people realizing that organization is full of bullshit. But it's like this, you know, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas, baby. You can't get mad. Can you get mad at the fleas? No, you can't get mad at the fleas. You lay down with the dog. So now here you are. Anyway. So current price, he's one of the councilmen. He has proposed that the vendor fees for street vendors in Los Angeles remain at around $290 versus it going up to $500 beginning July the 1st. So I guess we'll find out about that in a couple more days. Downtown Crenshaw Rising is still fighting the good fight against gentrification, still fighting to maintain their position as an entity that should be considered for buying the mall based on the fact that they have $59.6 million in the bank. And they placed one of the highest bids that there was. So like I said before, when our money ain't green, then we know that there's racism at play. When Deutsche Bank and Lacera and these pension fund groups don't want to give a black real estate group the time of day. When we got the money and the partners to help with the development. So, still working on that. We got some of the team out there in New York City right now. They out there holding it down, and the rest of the people will be out here in Beverly Hills making noise in David Schwartzman's neighborhood. We sure the Beverly Hills PD will be out there protecting that property, etc. He has security guards at this property that he's building. I guess they on 24-hour watch because it's in the construction phase. Last turnout was good. We made our presence felt. I see my people out there. Veronica Sanse, I see you out there in New York. I sure want to go, but I had some prior obligations here at home. But we coast to coast doing the most. Too black, too strong. You dig? They don't like that. Anyway, the latest is a man named Blavatnik. Blavatnik is Vladimir Putin associate, and he's a billionaire. He's been recently recruited by the Heritage Real Estate Group to basically help with the funding to gentrify the mall and redevelop, quote unquote, redevelop the space. But we know what that means. That means get niggas out. Y'all better pay attention. They want that mall, and they want all 17 acres of the jungles. So everybody that live in the jungles, anybody live in Baldwin Hills, View Park, y'all need to be paying attention, and y'all need to get in on this effort. We need all hands on deck. Speaking of that, we definitely got some progress this last week with Mark Ridley Thomas's office and the farmers market, African marketplace, drum circle permit that was forced on us, by the city. And then they came with all sort of stipulations that really made it hard for us to try to maintain the space, especially when we're not getting no funding like every other fucking farmers market in the city gets. We gotta clean up our own trash. We gotta pay for our own porta potties. We don't got nothing. Mark Ridley Thomas, that's all he's doing. This is his district. So then he wanna bring his fat ass outside on Juneteenth, start coming out there that week, walking around, trying to be Mr. Politician. And niggas ain't falling for that shit. He got his ass pressed. I gave him a couple words of my own. He didn't know who the hell I was, looking at me like, who was that? But yeah, and he was out there talking with the hot and cool nigga. But anyway, he didn't want to get his monkey ass embarrassed on Juneteenth because we was gonna be out there on his ass. So yeah, he finally had a little sit down with some representatives from the Africa Town Coalition, and gave his word on a few things. We'll believe it when you put all those things on paper. Because so far you did a whole lot of fucking lying and a whole lot of naps you took in the meetings when we was trying to address you. You was sleeping. So, that's one piece of good news for the community. The permit has been extended till next year. That's one thing we was really, really fighting for. They kept trying to change the rules on us and, lie and say, oh, that was a typo. And Kimani Black, he's another buster out of that office. Mary Jones, all these bougie motherfuckers. It ain't no room for nobody to straddle the fence. You know what I mean? Any of you merchants in Leimert Park that's straddling the fence, and y'all trying to play both sides of the fence, play both sides of the game, I see you. I know exactly who you are. And the word is getting around the community who's who and who stands for what. And we don't give a fuck what you sell, how cool your story is, and none of that shit. How many concerts you throw, none of that shit. Because a lot of you niggas is brand new. And some of you motherfuckers ain't even from Los Angeles at all. Period. You will get your ass ran the fuck up out of Africa Town. Please believe it. You can and you will. And you wouldn't be the first. Ask them niggas that used to be down there on that corner. Them two brothers who didn't never have no fucking positive attitude for nobody in the community. They're gone. They're gone. They're fucking gone. They're gone. They're gone. And we don't like to boycott black businesses, but we will. We will. You motherfuckers over here trying to steal from Ute Juice anyway. I see y'all in there trying to have a motherfucking charcoal drink like me. But that shit don't taste like mine anyway. That shit'll kill your ass. That shit is country crock lemonade. Send your ass right to the dialysis clinic. You hear me? Anyway. Oh man. Back to Juneteenth though. I spent my Juneteenth in Oakland. It was a beautiful time. I love the Bay with all my little heart. It's just too cold up there, y'all. I just can't hang with y'all in that cold weather. But I love the people. I love the brothers. I love the sisters. I just love Oakland motherfuckers. But unfortunately, it's a thing in every major city. ran into a couple little fights. I happened to be filming. I just happened to come across a little rumble. It's about 5-on-5. Bunch of girls just getting it on, getting it in. So that was that. But then about an hour later, man, niggas started with that shooting, man, with that gunplay out there. And somebody lost their life. You know, all jokes aside, all bullshit to the side. Young man, Deshaun Rhodes, 22 years old, a father, a son, you know, very well loved by his family. According to his family, he was not a member of none of them San Francisco gangs that was beefing with each other. But, you know, we know how that go too. A lot of times, you know, family don't want to fully acknowledge the things that somebody might or may not be into. But I don't know. I'm not from out there, so I don't know if he was really from somewhere or not. His family say that he wasn't. So, you know, and when there was the media, the journalists out there, you know, of course, they try to dig up some dirt on the brother to see if he was a criminal and everything like that. And he don't have no record. So the boy ain't never even been arrested. So that leads me to, you know, believe more so what the family said, that he wasn't no gang member, nothing like that. Not no kind of thug. He just, I don't know if he was a part of a confrontation or if he just caught a stray bullet. I have no idea. I wasn't out on the lake at that very moment. I just happened to go to my car. Like, God just made me go to the car, for, you know what I mean? Like, because I be moving around, like, a lot. I walk pretty fast, and I might have lapped that lake 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you know, just looking at all the stuff and just people watching, and, you know, so ain't no telling where I could have been at. You know, 6 people out there got shot. 6 people. And 1 person lost their life, Deshaun Rhodes, 22 years old. He left behind a son, a girlfriend. You know, his immediate family is on the news. They're giving a reward for a $40,000 reward. So I'm sure with that kind of paper, somebody gonna say something. I thought they caught the 2 people or whoever was out there busting. I think they what it was, they snatched up some dudes who just was running. They was just running for their life too, and they snatched them up and tried to like pin it on them. But come to find out, they wasn't the shooters. They didn't have nothing to do with it. They was just running with the crowd like everybody else. You know, my sisters, they lightweight got caught up in a little stampede, but they came out all right. Like I said, I just happened to go to the whip for a little while to regroup and, you know, get my shit together real quick, charge my phone, go to the store, get some cash. I wanted to support the vendors, and my phone was acting up out there, so I couldn't really do no Cash App transactions. So, like I said, I had went to the car to regroup, and next thing I know, I see people running, and, you know, everybody looked like they was in a little bit of a panic, you know. And then next thing I know, I hear sirens and I see a helicopter. I'm like, what's going on, you know? And I went back out there, and boy, it was yellow tape, and all the vendors was packing up, and shit, it was all bad right there as far as on that particular strip. There was another area of the lake, though, where they had the official Juneteenth celebration, where there was performances and live DJ and things like that. And that was in another part of Lake Merritt, which that was, you know, very much, you know, your auntie, uncle type of vibe, a let you slide, do the wobble kind of vibe. It wasn't no thugging going on over there necessarily. I went over there for a little bit, you know, my family was over there. So that's where the family vibe was at. So, you know, I guess it's different, you know, just like over here. You know, we got Crenshaw, and then we got Lamert, and, you know, we got niggas that kick it in the parking lot over there by the Regency West, and they don't really come over on Degnan, and, you know, the Crips kind of keep their shit off of Degnan. They don't really, you know, bring bullshit onto Degnan like that. It's just unfortunate, though, that somebody lost their life. He had a baby, and, you know, y'all out here, that's out here, man, go after the motherfucker that you want if you got to get down like that. Don't be shooting in the crowd. Whereas kids outside, man, shit, could shoot anybody. And I'm sure all them people was not an intended target. I'm sure some random ass people got hit that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. You know, like they saying that the guy, Deshaun Rhodes, his family is saying he wasn't from no gang. And the criminal records seem to back that up. If he was from a gang in San Francisco, I'm sure the nigga would have went to jail at least once. So he have no criminal record. So rest in peace to that young man and condolences to his family. Now back to Africa Town. I just want to bring up a point of, to put it in context of why we have to fight and why we have to be steadfast and why we have to be resilient. Because, throughout American history, there's been many of black communities that have thrived. But they have been sabotaged, all of them. I knew about a few of them, but I recently learned about many more of them that are across the country. That there's cities that are literally buried under water. Something like Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier used to be a black town. And then you wonder why you motherfuckers go boating and shit on these lakes. And you motherfuckers go out there and drown. It's because my ancestors pulled your ass down out that boat and drowned you. Because what you did. So here in California, we had Allensworth. Allensworth is now known as Delano, California. I did some fundraiser concerts up there some years back with the We Can Foundation. Shout out Mr. Washington over there at We Can. We did fundraiser concerts for foster kids that were emancipated out of the system. So we got to experience the wonder of Allensworth. Allensworth was a slave. He was emancipated. He went to the military, or he fought in the Civil War. He became a colonel. He was, once slaves was emancipated, he had some money stacked up. He had a homeboy, and they was like, man, let's start up a town. Let's start up our own town. So they started Allensworth, California, named after Colonel Allen Allensworth. On that land, to this day, the town is preserved as a historic site. But the annoying part of it is it shouldn't be a historic site. It should still be a thriving black town, if that's what we wanted it to be. But one weekend, the colonel traveled, and while he was gone, he was mysteriously run over by a motorcycle. Not too sure if it was an accident or if he was intentionally killed for political reasons. Because Allensworth had a church, it had schools, and it had several homes on the property. It had a grocery store, had everything that it needed. And people lived on that property until the 1970s. Okay, and at which point, again, sabotage. The neighbors, Bakersfield and white surrounding neighbors, basically intentionally tainted the water system, so that now you can't water your crops. You damn sure can't drink the water. You can't bathe in it. So here we are all these years later, and the town is still standing. It's still there, but now we got to ask some fucking white park ranger, can we come there? Ain't that a bitch? Rosewood in Florida. There's a movie about it with Don Cheadle and Esther Rolle. God bless her. God rest her soul. Damn. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. When I see motherfuckers coming in Africa Town and motherfuckers being sellouts and bringing white people over there and trying to be multicultural and diverse and all this shit, when don't nobody else do that shit for us. Motherfucker will tell you in a minute, this is for us. This is for us. We the only ones want to share every fucking thing. Oh, well, they can come. No, they can't. That's where we always fuck up at. Every time, it never fails. Africa Town, stand up for us, by us. We cannot allow Lamert. I'm only using the term for those that don't know that Africa Town, aka Lamert Park. We are gonna continue to campaign to change the name formally, because Lamert was a racist. Okay, he was a racist and he didn't want black people coming over there. So I'm sure he's turning in his grave to see how we took it over, but we don't need to be attached to that name so fiercely. Yeah, I grew up in Lamert. you know. But hey, fuck it. Shit changes, nigga. I didn't want rodeo to change into Obama Boulevard. Fuck Obama. But it is what it is, right? So why the fuck we hanging on the Lamert name so bad? He wasn't shit. He didn't like us. So we need to, again, continue the campaign, and we need to change our vocabulary as Africa Town. We will speak it into existence. And anybody got a problem with it, you need to take a long fucking look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I suck white racist dick? Yeah. Ask yourself that shit. Because you just might be choking on one right now. You bitch. Anyway, it's summertime again. The city, usually, and they'll choose several parks throughout the city of Los Angeles to have programs, nighttime programs.